Yo, 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 we in here. Everything sound clear? Yeah, still sound clear. It still sound clear, man. Yo, yo, yo. Trying to get it right, so I ain't got turned up too much. I think that's good though. It sound about right. All right, man. Let's get into it. Today, y'all, I don't really know. I'm just kind of random today. I kind of just feel like being scientific. I ain't gonna lie. So we about to be on our scientific shit today. I think them is the most fascinating creatures, bro. But they is so fucking creepy to me. I love spiders so much, bro, but I hate spiders, dog. I hate spiders so much, but I like them because they specifically tarantulas. I love tarantulas because they different colors and it's so many. It's like 17. People don't know this, but I think it's like 17, something like that. Like anywhere from like 11 to 17 different species of tarantulas, and people don't know that shit. But yeah, bro, I like tarantulas. Like they cool as hell. You got some that eat birds. You got like it's 100 humans is crazy, bro. 100 humans is crazy, bro. Oh, hold on. Turn on my butt. Turn on my butt. Mm, mm, mm. Turn on my butt right quick on their ass. 100 humans? 100 humans? I ain't gonna lie. Y'all got a cool ass country, continent. Is Australia like a like what is Australia? Drop in the chat if you know. But bro, Australia is cool, man. But y'all got a lot of shit, man, that just scrape me away. Like that big ass spider y'all got down there. That's supposed to be like the world's largest spider or some shit. Hell no, y'all can keep that shit. I ain't man, y'all. I give it up to y'all, man. Shouts out to Australia, man. Y'all should be known as fearless country, I guess. Continent? I don't know. Continent or country? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not trying to sound dumb either, but drop in the chat, man. Y'all know I'm not trying to sound stupid or nothing, but I wonder how do they know like because all snakes I think eat like this. I think they pretty much eat the head first. So I'm trying to figure out. I wonder how do they know like which part is the head or not? Like, do they sense like, oh, this is the ears? Like, this is. Do they sense like this is a face just like my face, or like, or this is his butt? Do they smell like butt? Like, I'm just curious, bro. I'm curious of how do they know like which part is the head and tail. I'm just curious. Or until one thing, or until the other thing happens, it won't be no help. That's why I don't be going to these. I ain't thrilled about just for excitement. Oh, I went to so like I said, man, I know these places be beautiful. DR, PR, and Cuba, and Barcelona. I understand all this shit be beautiful, but and Man, it's a lot of shit, man. You go out there don't know about, man. Your ass get bit or something lay something under your skin and you don't know you sleeping in the bed and you come back home and you wonder why you about to die. You go to hospital. You man, I ain't even gonna talk about that part. Oh, well, we don't see nothing wrong in all this bullshit. Then you go home and gotta self-examine your own self to find out you got a big ass egg under your fucking under your foot or your in your calf muscle or some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Just weird shit like that. I love lizards, bro. I love lizards. Bearded dragons. I love bearded dragons. I love lizards. Lizards are cool. It's a lot of species. It's a lot of species of those too that people don't realize. There's a lot of species of lizards, bro. A lot of
Taste.
can right the other day, and I was thinking to myself, and I was like, man, yo, everybody want to talk about, um, oh well, extraterrestrials, aliens, and so I got to thinking, I'm like, yo, what if, what if insects and shit, octopus and shit like that is some form of actual aliens for real. Because that some people say that. Some people say that these things are forms of some type of alien or extraterrestrial species. It's not just the ones you see with the large heads. You know how people go into detail. And it really dawned on me like, yo, what if these things actual are like some type of species of that nature. Now to say that's 100% fact, I don't know, but it's it's not a dumb suggestion. You know what I mean? It's kind of because this shit got rings on his body that he can make light up and glow when he get irritated. They got fish that go way past the perimeter that you can even swim, dive, whatever you wanna, however you wanna, bruh. That damn near submarines don't even go in because it's so dark. Submarines don't even go down there. You understand what I'm telling you? That got a fucking light bulb on his fucking head with teeth that look like what's my buddy from Mortal Kombat, Karama, the one with the motherfucker with them sharp ass teeth. Yeah, I mean, bro, I'm just saying, bro, it ain't like it ain't a dumb idea. Show them they like snails. I think they call like horn snails, which is kind of like they similar to like the same thing, but the part of the beach that you walk on, like they're more like right before you get deep into the water, like right before it drops. They're like right there, and then like on the actual beach where you walk on, like the sand and shit. Like they own that part, like where the water just goes over the sand and then go back. Yeah, like and what they do, you step on them and they shoot their little things in your foot, and your ass is the same thing. But I think you more likely to live from those. But I think they can definitely kill you too. Yeah, bro, it gets serious, bro.
Most of the day resting in whatever crevice it's
I think they
made its
call I think they call horn snails. On parasite centipede. He ugly as a motherfucker
the sand striker.
and long too. Oh hell no. Oh
As it
yeah,
lies in
hell.
wait.
You see, this is not regular, gang. This shit ain't regular. This shit gotta be alien, gang. This shit not regular. Like what the fuck? Like look at this shit. This shit
The
can't be
sand
regular,
striker.
bro. Look at this shit. All right, y'all. We gonna put this on hold. And we 40 minutes in. We was only supposed to go 30 minutes. All right, now the other one I had wanted to get into was we gotta go up a little bit. Up. Damn, we right gotta go. Yeah, here we go. We gonna put this one on the burner. We gonna do this.
From giant squid that were rumored to attack ships to 50-foot-long killer reptiles, our oceans have been filled with huge creatures that are as fascinating as they are terrifying. In this video, we are going to break down the 7 largest sea creatures of all time, some of which people think.
You got to go somewhere? Yeah, you might want to go in that van. I didn't put no gas in there. I put gas in mine. There's no gas in the van. It's right there.
Could still be out there. First on the list is one of the weirdest creatures to ever live. And with my love of sharks, this is one that I wish I could see in
I ain't put no gas in there because I've been putting gas in there since 2 days ago.
In person. But
so I had enough. I could have made it home yesterday.
Unfortunately, I'm about 250.
You said what? I put $40. Yeah, and I also put like $30 back into it.
Million years too late. The Helicoprion was a bizarre prehistoric fish that lived during the Permian and Triassic periods and measured up to 25 feet in length, making it the smallest creature on our list. It's known for its distinctive tooth whorl, a spiral arrangement of teeth resembling a circular saw blade. So imagine a shark the size of Jaws coming at you with a circular saw attached to its jaw. This unique dental structure absolutely puzzled scientists for decades, with debates over its placement and function. Initially thought to be located at the front of the jaw, later research suggested it was positioned inside the lower jaw, likely aiding in capturing and processing its prey. Helicoprion likely used its tooth whorl to capture and slice through soft-bodied prey in ancient marine environments. Despite its mysterious anatomy, Helicoprion has significantly contributed to our understanding of prehistoric marine ecosystems and the diversity of life during the Permian and Triassic periods. Next up, we have a true creature of nightmares. The colossal squid is the largest known invertebrate in the world, reaching lengths of up to 46 feet and weighing over 1,000 pounds, making it the second largest creature on our list. They inhabit the deep waters of the Southern Ocean around Antarctica at depths of up to around 6,600 feet. Colossal squid possess the largest eyes of any known animal, measuring up to 11 inches in diameter, which is larger than a basketball, aiding in detecting prey and potential predators in this dark, deep ocean environment. While death by a shark or some of these other crazy creatures would suck, death by colossal squid has to be the worst. They grab their prey with these massive rotating hooks on their huge tentacles and pull what they're eating into a giant bird-like beak. Hard pass on that for me, thank you very much. But these unique adaptations help them feed on fish, other squid, and deep-sea fish like the Antarctic toothfish. Despite their immense sizes, they remain elusive and are rarely encountered by humans.
I might say they still exist. Those still exist.
Biology still a mystery to science. Adapted to the extreme conditions of the Southern Ocean, they actually have antifreeze proteins in their blood to withstand the cold temperatures.
Yeah, I might say yeah. I think they still exist.
Which is absolutely insane. Colossal squid are preyed upon by deep-sea predators such as sperm whales, sleeper sharks, possibly even orcas, basically anything that could fit a smaller or juvenile colossal squid into their mouth, because at the end of the day, they are still a squid which is like the #1 bait source for most things. Research expeditions have provided super valuable insight into their anatomy and ecology, where we know very, very little about them because their conservation status remains poorly understood, potentially facing threats from deep-sea fishing activities, from trawling, from climate change, and all kinds of other environmental factors. Next, we have the creature that struggled with misidentification throughout time, the plesiosaur. Plesiosaurs were marine reptiles that flourished during the Mesozoic era, spanning from about 200 to about 66 million years ago. These creatures ranged in size from small, 6-foot-long species to gigantic forms like Elasmosaurus, which could reach lengths of over 50 feet, the third largest on the list. Plesiosaurus possessed long necks, barrel-shaped bodies, and 4 paddle-like limbs, allowing them to move through the water in search of prey. In fact, whenever my son asks me what my favorite dinosaur is,
Yeah, I
I
was about to
always
say.
say the
Yeah, because they didn't look at it as like a fish. They looked at it as like a dinosaur.
plesiosaur, and then get ripped to shreds by him
Like,
for
it's literally on the list of like dinosaurs, literally.
calling it a dinosaur and not a marine reptile,
Yeah.
which is apparently, according to a 4-year-old, a very important distinction. An interesting fact about the plesiosaur is that it often is associated with the legend of the Loch Ness Monster due to its physical similarities. Many reported sightings of the Loch Ness Monster describe a creature with a long neck protruding from the water, which bears a resemblance to the long neck profile of the plesiosaur, like specifically the Elasmosaurus. However, it's important to note that there are no scientific evidence supporting the existence of a creature like the Loch Ness Monster. So before you guys out there send me in a bunch of really bad photos of logs or
if you're smart enough, you know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? You're smart enough, you know what time. Hey, listen. No matter how much you tell me something ain't true, that apparently the whole world seems to still see every now and then when they get lucky, I'm not gonna believe you.
Seals in a lake, it's not the Loch Ness Monster, it's not a plesiosaur, it's a log in a lake. So just remember that. Next we have that terrifying creature that we all recognize from the blockbuster movie Jurassic World. I'm talking about the scene with the massive sea creature that launches out of the water and eats the dangling great white shark as though it's a minnow. That's right, we have the Mosasaurus. Mosasaurus was a massive marine reptile, again, not a dinosaur, don't say that to a 4-year-old, that lived during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 60 to 70 million years ago, and would reach lengths of up to around 60 feet, 4th on our list of the largest animals. They had a serpent-like body equipped with powerful jaws filled with rows of super sharp teeth that made them well adapted to marine life. Mosasaurus had limbs modified into paddle-like structures for efficient swimming and a tail fluke for propulsion, enabling it to dominate as an apex predator, preying on a variety of marine creatures, more likely fish, turtles, anemones, less likely to be dangling great white sharks. With a global distribution spanning oceans and shallow seas worldwide, from present-day North America, across Europe, Africa, basically everywhere, Mosasaurus has left a significant mark on paleontology, contributing to valuable insights into marine reptiles of the entire Mesozoic era. The first Mosasaurus fossils were discovered in the Netherlands in the late 18th century, contributing to its scientific understanding and even gave it its eventual naming of the Mosasaurus. Despite its extinction at the end of the Cretaceous period, likely due to environmental changes or competition with other predators, Mosasaurus continues to captivate popular imagination through its appearances in films like Jurassic World, in documentaries and other media, serving as a testament to the fascinating creatures that once roamed Earth's ancient oceans, none more terrifying than our next contender. Of course, we have one of the most iconic, scariest sea creatures of all time. There are movies made about him. Some people still argue that they're out there swimming around and there are satellite images and blah, blah. I'm incredibly skeptical. I don't believe it. But what am I talking about?
How much I want to bet in the chat right now is some Megalodon. We 50. Let's bet 50 right now in the chat that he about to say a Megalodon. Let's bet 50.
The Megalodon. Megalodon, meaning big tooth, was one of the largest predators to ever roam the oceans. Living
ever. He still exists. Stop playing with me.
Approximately 23 to about 3.5 million years ago during the Miocene.
It wasn't a million years ago. It was just last year because he's still alive.
And Pliocene epochs.
Matter of fact, it was just this year because he's still alive still. It's several there, by the way.
Fossil estimates suggest that it could reach lengths of up to 70 feet or more, making it larger than most modern-day whales, which is insane when you consider that it's basically just a juiced-up white shark. Possessing a powerful set of jaws filled with large serrated teeth, some measuring over 7 inches in length, I actually got to dive for Megalodon fossils in Florida and have a couple right here that I found myself, this being one of my most prized possessions from one of my blackwater dives. Megalodon was the ultimate apex predator of its time, dominating ancient oceans and primarily preying on large marine mammals such as whales, dolphins, and seals. And the fossil evidence that we do have indicates its global distribution across various marine habitats, meaning it was in cold seas and warm climates, and you name it, basically just like a white shark today. But it did eventually go extinct around 3.5 million
No, it didn't.
years ago, with the exact cause still debated among scientists as to whether or not it was changing salinity, changing sea surface conditions, lack of prey. There's a whole lot of theories out there. Despite its extinction, Megalodon's immense size, fearsome reputation.
That's one fucking sea animal that I hate for people to say that goes extinct. That shit gets under my skin so badly. I hate for people to say that shit is extinct. Bro, you can't even go past I don't know, I think what they say 20, I don't know. So I don't know. What's the feat that a diver can't go past or that let's see. Let's see something. The deepest that hold on. What is the deepest what is the deepest okay, yeah, let's do this. What is the deepest a submarine can go? 10,000, 11, let's say 11,000 meters. The record was set in 2019 by explorer Victor Vescovo, who piloted titanium hull Triton 36, whatever, to the Challenger deep in the Mariana Trench, where they claim you also can't go. So I don't know how he got there. Earth's lowest known point. Right, exactly. Anyways, oh, I guess this the shit right here, but we ain't here for that. Different services is that are certified to reach the bottom of the Mariana Trench, which is 11,000 meters. Okay, such as the Faraday are built to reach depths of 4 meters. Okay, so it's just saying the different submarines that's able to reach a certain meters. A Russian excavator rated from 250 to 600 meters, 820 to. Okay, right now we go. So that's 11,000 meters. What is the deepest that what is the deepest that a human has gone in the ocean, which is far from 11,000 meters? Let's be serious. Oh wow! So a human has okay, humans has descended to absolutely in the Mariana Trench. Okay, the deepest verified. Okay, I guess was that was on the boat. Okay, the dude from the boat. I'm talking about like diving though. Diving. What is the human? What is the deepest that a human has dived? Because we're not talking about a submarine. They're made for that. Huh. Humans, their body is not made for that. Let's be for real. So now all of a sudden don't want to tell me. You see what I'm saying? Deepest scuba dive. Right. This is what I'm looking for. Deepest, deepest commercial Saturn. What is that? Right. Team of commercial divers from French. Okay. These divers. This is what I'm looking for. Divers. Right. Has gone nothing but barely even 2,000 feet. Let's be for real. They probably struggled to get to that 1,700. Let's be for real. And this was in 1988, by the way. Let's be for real. This is let's come. I mean, come on. Like, what are we talking? 40, 50, 60 years ago. Let's be for real. I mean, what are we talking about here? You understand what I'm saying? You get what I'm trying to mention to you. So let's not. Okay, now right? So we at barely 2,000 and we at 11,000. Now watch this. How deep is the ocean? Now watch this. How deep is the ocean? Which they don't know because they ain't never even been. So let's be for real. The ocean, the ocean has an average depth of about 3,000 meters, which that's a lot. The abyss, 4,000 to 6,000 meters. Oh, so that's what you call the abyss zone. The abyssal zone covers over 80% of the total ocean floor. It is completely dark. Right. So basically, okay, octopus man survive under crushing pressure. Right. The midnight zone. Temperatures hover near freezing and pressure is immense. Notable sites here include the wreck of the Titanic. Okay, boom. So the Titanic is at 3,800 meters. The deepest dive was 11,000 meters. The trenches 6,000 to 11,000 plus meters. Right now, they claim that the dude died 11,000 meters, which is past the abyss zone. Right. So which is past the part where it's always totally dark at. Okay. Now that's not unbelievable, right? But what I'm getting at, the trenches go past 11,000 meters. It's only one person with a group of a certain people, which probably about, I mean, how many people you figure on the sub? Maybe 20, if that. Maybe 15 the crew. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a like gigantically large amount. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a naval ship or nothing like that. I mean, they big as fuck, but it ain't too many people. It ain't like 1,000 people. You get what I'm saying? So you got you looking at the factors of that. This 11,000 plus meters. We don't know what the thousand is because nobody knows. 80%. What they say? 80, 85, 80, 75, 80% of the ocean is unknown. So that 11,000, that what he say he went 11,000 plus 11,700, some shit like that. So we talking Pat, and he barely probably struggled to get his submarine was probably screaming in to even get that deep. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? So you ain't fixing to tell me, oh, more of the story, bro. You ain't fixing to sit here and tell me if we ain't been past 11,000, if we only damn near even touch 11,500, if we barely even touch 11,500, and they say 1,100 plus, you ain't fixing to
From
tell
giant
me.
squid that were rumored to attack ships.
Don't know why my fucking thing keep going up. You ain't fixing to tell me all these things, they just don't exist no more. This was 260 million years ago. Bitch, you ain't never even, bitch, since okay, 260 million years ago, you ain't even touched the surface of where you supposed to touch since 260 million years ago. You keep lying about going up there to the fucking sky. So how the fuck I'm gonna believe that something don't exist 260 million years ago, and your ass couldn't even do that 7,000 years ago? Please, man, stop this bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? I can't stand for them to tell me that shark don't exist, bro. And I know for sure that shark still exists. That shark definitely still exists, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't fixing to tell me that it don't. It just that's damn near one of the only ones that I believe that still exists for real. I'm gonna be completely honest. Besides the one that they relate to the Loch Ness monster, which I just think that's like the Leviathan. I don't even, and if you know your research on the Leviathan, then you know. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really got too much going to depths about that, but yeah, bro, you ain't, bro. I know these things still exist, bro. You ain't fixing to tell me your ass can't even go past. Your ass can't even dive. Let's be for real, man. Your ass can't even dive past 1,600 feet. But you telling me something past 11, what's 11,000? What's 11,000 meters? What is 11? What is 11,000 meters in feet? Game. Your ass can't even. gang, that shit equals 30, gang. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? What are we, look how many fucking feet this is. What are we talking about? So there's no way you're not gonna, bro, this shit is, look at this shit. Look at this shit, man. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. So you ain't fixing to tell me your ass can't go past fucking 1,000 feet, but you telling me something that go past 3 billion feet and, don't exist. Man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. That's crazy to me. People will say anything and then anybody will believe it. It's the crazy part. That's the crazy part about it.
Still debated among scientists.
If I ain't got a pet peeve, bro, one of my biggest pet peeves is people tell me that this damn fish don't exist no more.
As to whether or not it was changing salinity, changing sea surface conditions, lack of
Mammal,
prey,
whatever
there's
the
a
fuck
whole lot
it's
of
supposed to
theories
be.
out there. Despite its extinction, Megalodon's immense size, fearsome reputation, and widespread fossil discoveries continue to captivate both scientists, I would argue even more so, the general public's imagination, inspiring countless books, terrible films like The Meg, and all kinds of really cool documentaries, and even a little dive trip for me to find those fossils. Next up, another marine reptile, the 6th largest creature on our list is the Ichthyosaurus. Ichthyosaurus were ancient marine reptiles that thrived during the Mesozoic era from about 250 to around 90 million years ago. It possessed a streamlined body resembling dolphins and ranged in sizes from basically dolphin size, species of them that were dolphin size, to massive apex predators like Shinosaurus, which could exceed lengths of over 50 feet. Unlike most marine reptiles, Ichthyosaurus gave live birth to live young.
Bro, you know how big 50 feet is? Gang, do you know how big 50 feet is? Like, what?
Reproductive strategy known as viviparity, and were highly efficient predators preying on fish, squid, and all kinds of other marine organisms with their very sharp teeth and streamlined, fast-moving bodies. Fossil evidence indicates their global distribution, inhabiting oceans and seas across all continents before their eventual extinction around 90 or so million years ago. Another one of these incredibly cool, giant deep-sea marine reptiles that I personally kind of wish were still around today because I'm such a reptile nut. But for now, at least I have my cool turtles. Next up, the largest living creature in history that still roams the planet today. While the last creature on our list doesn't have the scare factor the same way the other ones do, it happens to be the largest creature on the list by a long shot. And the fact that you can still go out there today and see the blue whale.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was beluga, but the blue whale, okay.
It's an absolutely awesome feat, and we are so lucky to live in this time period. It's the largest animal to have ever lived on Earth, dwarfing even the largest dinosaurs. These magnificent marine mammals can reach lengths of up to 100 feet and weigh as much as 200 tons. And I'm going to share with you guys here a video that I took just a few weeks ago where a massive blue whale came right under my feet as I was out fishing at the California Channel Islands.
Oh my God.
That's a good look at blue.
What's crazy is given the size of a blue whale, you would think like a T-Rex or some of these other marine reptiles, it would need to eat a ton of meat. But no, blue whales sustain themselves primarily on krill, which are tiny, almost microscopic shrimp-like crustaceans that hang out in clouds in the ocean. And blue whale will consume up to 4 tons of krill per day during feeding season. Despite their ridiculous size, blue whales have incredibly gentle disposition, often engaging in slow, peaceful movements and producing hauntingly beautiful songs that can be heard over vast distances in the ocean. Today, the blue whale can be seen on whale watching tours off the coast of California, Massachusetts, Canada, places in Africa, and a handful of other locations around the world. And we're so lucky that we get to live in such an incredible...
So you telling me a blue whale exists? So you telling me a blue whale still exists, which will live longer than a fucking megalodon, but a megalodon don't exist? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. You gotta make this shit make sense in your mind, bro. You gotta make this shit make sense in your mind, man. And you and you telling me a goddamn megalodon is this, but you telling me the fucking dinosaur fucking one don't exist no more either, right? But we see this shit in various peoples of lakes, deep ass water that you can't go in. We see these shits, a photograph memory of these shits, but they just don't exist no more, right? But we got a blue fucking whale, but we thriving, thriving. Won't even fuck with you. You go out there and go goddamn go in the boat and go chill by. I won't even fuck with you. But you telling me a fucking megalodon and this other one don't exist no more. Man, come on, man. Please with that bullshit. Please.
Time and place on this planet where we can go out there and see the largest known creature in history. And I'm lucky because they're right here in my backyard in Southern California. Anyway, that concludes the 7 on our list of largest sea creatures ever. If you can think of any other large creatures that I should have added or want to see a part 2 to this video, add them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe and be...
Yeah, bro. Nah, you ain't fixing to tell me, gang. I'm way smarter than I look. Nah, gang. I'm way smarter than I look. I don't give a fuck about what you say. Hell no. But drop in the chat, man, if y'all think megalodons still exist. And if y'all think those other I can't say that I can't really never remember the name. Something Saurus. I can't never remember the name. But if you think one of those two still exists also, drop in the chat, bro. Cause I know. Yeah, I ain't gotta think, cause I know, goddamn. What? For YouTube's sake and purposes. And we got one more that I had one to check out. And then we can just go to probably like a little random reactions or something. Where is it? I don't really know. I don't really know if I want to go here or here. Should we go here or here? We go here.
The ocean covers most of our planet, but how deep does it really go? Hop in my trusty submersible, and let's dive all the way down to its darkest depths. We begin our journey above the waves, at sea level. Plunging into the water itself, we enter the epipelagic zone, which is sometimes also called the daylight zone, due to the amount of sunlight penetrating the water. Of course, lots of sunlight means lots of green. Around 130 feet beneath the surface, we start seeing huge kelp forests. Underwater seaweed and kelp jungles don't just provide food and shelter for all sorts of marine life, but they're also responsible for 70% of all the oxygen on Earth. Venturing just 20 feet deeper, we reach the perfect environment for coral to thrive. While corals may look like rocky vegetation, they're actually a type of animal closely related to jellyfish. An estimated 500 billion corals worldwide create colorful reefs that many shallow-dwelling fish call home, such as the clownfish and butterfly fish. The shallowness of these waters can make them dangerous, however. Diving predators like birds, seals, and even polar bears can reach here. So many fish only swim here to feed before venturing into deeper waters. Fish like tuna, herring, and mackerel tend to spend a lot of time in the epipelagic. Coincidentally, these are all fish we tend to eat. At around 200 feet down, we meet the king crab. These little pinchers live at the perfect depth to be scooped up not only by humans, but also halibut, octopuses, and even sea otters. Sorry guys, try being less tasty. Sinking to around 260 feet, we may spot the velvet swimming crab, unusual little crustaceans that flap their appendages in order to swim underwater.
Oh yeah.
Despite this extra mobility, these little guys stick within a few hundred feet of their homes. 300 feet below the surface lies the wreckage of the HMS Britannic. This was the Titanic's sister ship, which sank 4 miles off the coast of the Isle of Key in 1916, just 3 years after the Titanic. Yes, sinking runs in the family. Of the two, the Britannic is by far the better preserved wreck, with the 53,200-ton ship lasting over 100 years. It's also shallow enough to visit if you scuba. In fact, many shipwrecks never make it past the epipelagic zone.
I don't see how people do that shit. Go and wreck ships and shit. I mean, damn, yeah, they sit kind of on the bed or whatever, like, level they sit on. But, I mean, I just would not. Hell no. Man, ain't no telling, man. You got souls in there. That shit. Your ass going there trying to discover. Shit might drag you to unhook your thing. You don't know. Like, man, hell no.
Often getting caught on rocks or resting on shallow seabed.
Now, if it's set up like that on there, cool. But if I go under there and that shit laid on the side and I can't see, and man, hell no.
At 450 feet down below, we reach the average depth of a sea lion dive, though they can plummet as low as 900 feet down.
Damn,
still,
sea lions
this
go that
average
low?
dive is about as deep as the Great Pyramids are tall. A little over 500 feet down, we reach the favorite depth of the iconic green sea turtle.
Yeah.
These majestic creatures call the lower levels of the epipelagic zone their home. Though, like many sea creatures, they can dive much deeper if they feel like it. If they do, they may pass the unusual oarfish, which lives around 600 feet down. These legendary silvery fish have long, flat, snake-like bodies. As you can see, they reach impressive lengths, the longest on record being 36 feet from head to tail. Like many large ocean creatures, however, they live off krill and plankton, and dwell at depths as deep as the Space Needle is tall. And if you're enjoying our dive so far, why not consider taking back a souvenir? Now don't worry, it won't be wet. Introducing the Be Amazed Deep Sea Poster. This gorgeous piece is 22 by 34 inches and looks great hanging on any wall. This beautifully illustrated poster depicts our journey into the deep blue sea, along with the different landmarks and creatures along the way. Man, everything's on here. There's a fishing polar bear, a cruising colossal squid, an eerie ghost shark, sunken shipwrecks, and more. It even lets you know what depths everything can be found at, along with the different ocean zones. Head on over to the official Be Amazed store to pick up your poster today. The link is in the description, or you can scan the QR code currently on the screen. Now, where were we? We're going to travel to much greater fathoms, however, as we move into the mesopelagic zone, also known as the Twilight Zone. This area of ocean extends from 650 to 3,300 feet below sea level, and earned its nickname due to the fact that it slowly transitions from bright to dim waters, becoming dramatically darker the deeper we plunge. The mesopelagic is also the liveliest area of the ocean. Nearly 90% of marine life, measured by weight at least, call this home. And of course, one of its first denizens we're going to meet is the great white shark. These apex predators usually lurk around 650 feet below the surface, can swim up to 25 miles per hour, and can smell a bleeding creature from 3 miles away. If they want to, they can migrate as deep as 3,900 feet below the surface. You know, just in case you thought.
So you telling me, man, I'm trying to tell you, bro, I'm not going, bro. I'm not going, bro. You try to tell me a megalodon don't exist. If this shit stay at a 600 meters, but can go 3,000, and you telling me a megalodon is basically what this shit, what this shark is, what a bigger version, and you telling me that's impossible? You telling me they just don't exist no more? Man, stop that bullshit.
Thought it was safer to go deep.
If this shit can dive 3 or 4 times deeper than where it's supposed to be at, man, cut it out.
For some reason. At 831 feet, we passed the deepest point a human free diver has reached. This record, set by Herbert Nitsch, was achieved without any oxygen tanks, and so required the use of a groundbreaking torpedo apparatus to quickly deliver him to that depth. This gave him enough time to make it back to the surface, still holding his breath, while battling against 25 atmospheres of pressure. At this depth, the pressure practically affects any cavities in the body, such as lungs, eardrums, and sinuses. 980 feet down, we reach the maximum dive of the common dolphin, though, as we'll discover, other cetaceans can dive much, much lower. At 1,089 feet beneath the surface, which is deeper than the Eiffel Tower is tall, we arrive at the deepest point a human has reached while diving. This was accomplished in 2014 by Ahmed Gabr, who managed this with the help of a team of support divers, resupplying him with oxygen every few hundred feet. This was because Gabr could not reliably carry the multiple oxygen tanks necessary for the round trip. Another human milestone was reached at 1,300 feet, the depth of the very first bathysphere plunge. Designed back in 1930, this bathysphere was a 4,500-pound hollow steel ball, some 5 feet in diameter, which was raised and lowered from a ship by a cable. It was designed by zoologist William Bede and engineer Otis Barton, and while cramped and difficult to operate, the two men journeyed deeper than any humans had ever traveled before. 1,453 feet down, we're at a depth equal to the height of the Empire State Building. As we move deeper into the ocean, light energy is scattered.
Hold on, y'all. My bad. I don't want to miss this. My bad. My bad. Hold on. Oh, shit. I need my camera for a second. Fuck. I'm coming, y'all. Just give me a second.
and absorbed by water molecules, meaning it gets darker the deeper you descend. Creatures past here tend to develop larger and larger eyes, like the big eye tuna. These eyes are designed to soak up as much of the sparse light as possible in the murky depths. 1,850 feet below the surface, we meet an unexpected visitor, the emperor penguin. Shockingly, these birds often dive this deep looking for fish. Far more graceful in the water than on the surface, these birds can swim as fast as 8.9 miles per hour, over 5 times their land speed. This means the birds can dive deeper much quicker, reaching depths that are greater than the height of any of the buildings in the New York skyline. At 1,950 feet down, we meet this thing. The sunfish, as it's known, can grow to be 10 feet long, 13 feet tall from fin to fin, and weigh as much as 5,000 pounds. However, they lack any air bladder, which is the organ that allows many fish to rise vertically in the water. The sunfish's poor control, massive body, and general helplessness has led some mean marine biologists to debate how they even evolved to this point. Talk about a freak of nature. Now, if you're afraid of spiders or crabs, look away now. Around 2,000 feet down, we meet the spider crab.
Yeah, spider crab.
And it's one creepy crustacean. Though the Japanese spider crab's carapace is only 12 inches, its long leg span can reach a gargantuan 12 feet. To survive the near 61 atmospheres of pressure at this depth, which is about the same as having 115 elephants standing on top of it.
It's crazy,
the crab's
man.
organs are protected by an incredibly tough shell,
That's
with
crazy,
almost no
man.
air cavity.
Yeah, bro. One elephant even put his fucking all his pressure from his toe on you, your ass crushed.
These in
15 of those, it's insane.
their internal structure. So, compared to their tiny cousins in the shallows, these crabs are more monstrous inside and out. As we continue down to 2,300 feet, we move from spiders to slugs. Don't worry though, unlike terrestrial slugs, sea slugs are actually quite beautiful and come in a variety of mesmerizing colors and patterns. Just look at this little guy. It's thought that sea slugs, or nudibranches, evolved to be bright and garish as a defense mechanism. You see, at this depth, standing out is scary. Most predators think if something isn't trying to hide, it must be because it's dangerous or toxic. 3,000 feet down, we reach the lower domain of the monkfish.
Is that
These
thing with the bug?
unusual flat predators lie
that's not
motionless on the ocean floor, waiting to pounce on prey attracted to their dangling antennas. Animals as diverse as ducks and even sea otters have been found in the bellies of these gluttonous creatures. Despite their pretty ugly appearance and ability to live fairly deep in the ocean, their sweet and firm meat is considered good eating throughout Europe and Asia. At this point, we're at a level deeper than the Burj Khalifa is tall, and that's the tallest building in the world. While it may be hard to believe, we're still a long way from the bottom. In fact, let me know in the comments below when you think we've reached the average depth of the ocean. The answer might surprise you. Lurking beneath that inverted skyscraper at around 3,300 feet below sea level swims the mysterious colossal squid.
I'm talking about
These
Oculus.
legendary leviathans can weigh up to 1,200 pounds, with the longest on record.
I don't know why I keep wanting to call this squid Oculus. I have no idea. Every time I think of this squid, I want to call him Oculus. I have no idea why. Why, I have no idea. I swear I don't.
Measuring at a whopping 46 feet. Even today, shockingly few of these creatures have been discovered alive, with most of our knowledge of them coming from dissected corpses. The colossal squid perfectly represents the phenomenon of deep-sea gigantism, the tendency for marine invertebrates to grow ever larger the deeper down you go. Why this happens is something of a mystery, but researchers have suggested that due to lower temperatures at these depths, which rarely reach more than 4 degrees Fahrenheit, an organism's metabolism is much slower, allowing them to live longer and grow larger. The Humboldt squid, which lives 1,000 feet higher than the colossal, measures in a little under 5 feet long, while common squid closer to the surface are often less than a foot long. With that, we reach the eerie bathypelagic zone, also known as the midnight zone.
Yeah,
Almost
that's it. See the little bull? And this I like this fish. He ugly as hell. He remind me of I think it's Karama, right? I think it's Karama. He remind me of, his ass remind me of Karama.
No sunlight reaches these depths, which spans from 3,300 to around 13,000 feet beneath the surface. To survive in the pitch black, many creatures in these depths are bioluminescent, meaning they produce their own light sources organically, such as the nightmarish deep-sea anglerfish.
Anglerfish.
Found at some 3,450 feet beneath the surface, these terrifyingly toothy fish use the bioluminous lures atop their heads to attract unsuspecting prey.
Yeah.
Once the smaller fish get close enough, they're ripped to shreds by those awful mouths. They also exhibit some of the strangest breeding habits in the animal kingdom. You see, while females can grow up to 5 feet long, males are usually about the size of houseflies.
Yeah.
In order to mate, the males bite and latch onto the females, then slowly dissolve into them, fertilizing their eggs in the process. Dang. Really sets the tone for how much gnarlier things are in the deep, doesn't it? 3,800 feet and about 115 atmospheres beneath the waves, we encounter the one and only meme king, the blobfish. More accurately called...
I'm about to say because stonefish is closer up to the surface, I believe. Way closer than this.
The
stonefish, you step on stonefish. So I think we been past like the level of the stonefish.
Marsidius. You probably know the blobfish from this very unfortunate image, which makes it look like the most pathetic creature on Earth. However, to defend the poor blob, you should know that this image was taken after it was brought to the surface.
Yeah, you bring them up too high, they like dry and die off or some shit like that.
Like many deep-sea fish, the blobfish's body resists pressure through a compound called trimethylamine N-oxide, or TMAO for short. This chemical forms strong bonds with water molecules, allowing skin and organs to resist pressure. The blobfish is designed to thrive in waters exerting over 100 atmospheres of pressure. Like the sunfish, the blobfish doesn't have an air bladder, so it really isn't meant to live very high up, as its soft body simply deflates above water. Here's a close relative, the sculpin, healthy and happy in its natural habitat. Sure, it's no beauty queen, but it's more dignified than this. Now, translucency becomes more common in sea life as we venture deeper into the ocean, due to the lack of sunlight, which reduces melanin production in the body. Melanin is one of the compounds used by both fish and mammals alike to produce pigmentation in their skin. Translucency is also a useful adaptation, however, when avoiding predators. An interesting exception to this is creatures with red coloration. This occurs because red is the first color to leave the visible spectrum at these depths, meaning down here, a totally red creature is almost as good as an invisible one. A great example of this is the big red jellyfish, which lives approximately 4,800 feet down. This bulbous blob can grow to over 3 feet in diameter, but for all its size, its red color makes it difficult for predators to spot in these murky depths. 5,200 feet down, however, the opposite is true. Here swims the charming glass squid, whose body is almost completely see-through. The skin of the glass squid, along with most cephalopods, is covered in tiny pigmentation sacs called chromatophores. By keeping these sacs closed, the little squid becomes ghostly and translucent. They even produce very faint light around certain areas of their body, like the eyes, to mask shadows. Plummeting down to around 5,700 feet, we pass the migratory six-gill shark, heading in the opposite direction. These odd sharks are unique in that they have a pretty strict routine. During the daytime, they can be found in the bathypelagic zone. At night,
man, I'm not even trying to go game. Bruh, anywhere, bruh, I'm not even trying to go in the ocean in the daytime. So you think I'm trying to go in the ocean and it's daytime and then it turn nighttime? Hell no. Are you insane? Bitch, I'm not trying to even go in this bitch in the daytime when I can see. You think I'm gonna go in the daytime and then it turn into nighttime all of a sudden? Man, hell no.
However, they drift upwards to hunt in waters as shallow as 300 feet. It's theorized the sharks do this because they prefer cooler temperatures. So, as the sun goes down and the shallows cool, they migrate there to hunt. When those waters begin to warm up, they sink back down into the depths, where they digest and conserve energy. They're more disciplined than me. Approximately 6,000 feet down, brilliant displays of color still float through the dark. This miraculous creature is the Holytreff's marcy, dubbed the firework jellyfish due to its spectacular bioluminescence. Little is known about this mysterious creature, which stands in stark contrast to jellies found in shallower
You tell
waters.
me
What we
they
do
don't
know
look like no
is that
alien
it's
shit.
never been seen above 4,000 feet. Still, this
And I
enigmatic
can't even
creature
see
is
this
a
shit.
cool
And
reminder.
I can't even see this shit. And mind you, this is 3,000 feet under the diving point. Matter of fact, this is 4,000. This is 5,000 feet. This is 3 to 5,000 feet under the diving fucking. Man, you crazy as hell. You trying to tell me, man? Come on.
That even bizarre creatures like jellyfish can become more alien the deeper we go. "7,000 feet below the surface is where we find the majority of the planet's hydrothermal vents, underwater fissures in the Earth that spew out natural gases and warm the water around them. Some hydrothermal vents can get as hot as 700 degrees Fahrenheit, which is extremely dangerous to most marine life. Still, certain bizarre creatures like the Yeti crab aren't afraid of them at all. These unusual crustaceans have bodies covered in a thick layer of fuzz. By hanging out near hydrothermal vents, they're able to farm their own food, eating the bacteria that thrive in warmer waters and cling to their bodies. How, organic. Around 8,000 feet down, we meet a truly unique character, the barrel eye fish. Remarkably, this creature has an opaque body, but a translucent head. The bright green eyes in the center of the fish's head can swivel around completely, meaning the fish can peer through its own head when on the lookout for food and predators. Its eyes and brain are protected by a transparent fluid, but as you can imagine, that still makes the freaky fish fairly fragile. Entering a particularly spooky section of the ocean, we meet
That shit don't even got no eyes. That shit see through his brain. Come on, man. Shit is insane.
a trio of creepy deep-sea dwellers. 8,500 feet down swims the ghoulish chimera, also known as the ghost shark. The unnerving creature wasn't discovered until 2002, even though estimates suggest that they've existed for over 360 million years. Despite the moniker, the ghost shark isn't actually a shark. In fact, their teeth aren't even sharp. Instead, they have blunted plates better suited to crushing their meals than shredding them. Personally, I think that makes them even scarier. At 9,000 feet, we encounter the terrifying gulper eel. While they initially appear tiny, these predators silently sneak up on unsuspecting prey in the dark before unhinging their enormous elastic jaws and swallowing them whole. Disturbingly, the eel is able to swallow creatures larger than itself. When it does, the prey is deposited into a second bulbous protruding jaw, which acts as a kind of horrible cage the creature is stored in until digestion. At 9,500 feet down, we meet the final member of our frightful trio, the awesomely named vampire squid. This cephalopod has remained virtually unchanged for over 300 million years. On the tip of each of its deep red tentacles is an organ that produces a pale blue light, making it quite the striking animal. It was recently discovered the vampire squid primarily feeds on something called ocean snow, though it's not quite as whimsical as the name suggests. Ocean snow is the name given to dead organic tissue that drifts from the upper waters down into these depths, meaning the vampire squid likely scavenges on the remains of creatures it has never even seen. 9,800 feet below the surface of the waves, we reach the deepest point most mammals can dive, like the beaked whale. While the beaked whale spends most of its time in pelagic waters, slightly below 1,000 feet, it can launch itself down nearly 2 miles and has been known to remain underwater for as long as 222 minutes. It's believed it can accomplish this through aerobic respiration, which is a way of spending energy.
So you telling me that shit is the main placing for this motherfucker is damn near 800 to what 1,200 feet, but this shit could go all the way to 10,000 meters. I mean, you gotta make this shit make sense, man. You know what I mean? You gotta tally this shit up and make it make sense, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, this shit, I'm telling you, this shit gets spooky when you really think about it, man. I'm telling you.
It doesn't rely on oxygen. Man, I have access to plenty of oxygen and I can still barely expend energy. At 10,000 feet, we reach the maximum depth of a sperm whale's dive. These beautiful colossi hold their breath for upwards of 45 minutes and swim up to 28 miles per hour. Consider the fact that these creatures can weigh up to 88 tons, but can still go from these depths 3 times the length of the Empire State Building to breaching the surface in a matter of minutes.
It's
How?
crazy.
Their bodies are more flexible, with their ribs bound by loose, bendable cartilage, which allows the rib cage to collapse at pressures that would easily snap a human's bones. These whales' lungs can also collapse safely under pressure, keeping them from rupturing, allowing them to hunt squid that thrive at these depths. Let's shoot all the way down to 12,099 feet. Remember that guessing game I asked you to play earlier? Well, if you can believe it, we've only just reached the average depth of the ocean. For context, this is as deep as the entire Hollywood Walk of Fame straight down. Crazy to think we've only reached the average depth, isn't it? We haven't even reached the trenches yet. Finally, near the bottom of the bathypelagic
There's trenches is 13 because the Titanic is right there.
zone, at 12,500 feet below sea level, we reach the wreck of the Titanic, undisturbed for over 110 years. This behemoth of a ship weighed 52,310 tons and was deemed unsinkable by its makers, White Star Lines. As we all know, however, that sadly wasn't true. On the 14th of April, 1912, the Titanic struck an iceberg and sank. It plummeted all the way down to these icy depths. Of the 2,240 passengers on board, only 706 survived. Very few of those that perished, however, would have made it all the way to the ship's final lonely resting place, as the natural buoyancy of the human body is much greater than that of 52,000 tons of metal. And if you can believe it, we still have much, much deeper to go.
Oh, yeah.
Beyond even the resting Titanic, we
unbelievable.
sink deeper still, starting at 13,124 feet, almost 3 miles down. We reach the abyssopelagic zone. Imagine the entire Daytona International Speedway laid out straight and heading straight down, and you have an idea of where these waters begin. Journeying through the abyssopelagic, you would not only experience over 400 atmospheres of pressure, but also freezing cold waters and absolutely no light whatsoever. However,
we been ain't had no light, bro. What you talking about? Talking about no light whatsoever. Bitch, we been out of the light zone. Bitch, we been out of the light zone 65, motherfucking 7,000 fucking meters ago. What?
despite these near unlivable conditions, life still finds a way.
7,000 feet ago and shit. The fuck? What?
I wouldn't blame you for imagining the creatures living in these waters to be hideous monsters. But our first visitor is actually pretty cute. Somewhere around 14,000 feet down, we meet the
Gumbo. I think the gumbo squid octopus some shit.
adorable Dumbo octopus.
Yeah, Dumbo.
These creatures are named for the two fins near the top of their head, which they can flap in order to aid their swimming. Not unlike how Dumbo the elephant flaps his ears to fly. They need the extra mobility too. Dumbo octopuses lack the ink sacs of many other octopods. This is because the reason most creatures make ink is to obscure themselves as they flee from predators. And the abyssopelagic zone is already so dark that ink wouldn't help. 15,000 feet down, the whimsical sea pig flutters by. These strange worm-like
I ain't never
creatures
heard of this one.
almost defy categorization. Though they're technically sea cucumbers, they've evolved the ability to flap each of their wiggly bodies to soar through the water. Oh, and don't try to eat one.
They ugly
Despite
as
the
hell.
name, sea cucumbers are simple marine animals, not vegetables for picking. Even if you wanted to, these ethereal
Yes,
creatures are
that
so
is-
fragile. Without the pressure they've adapted to down here, they literally disintegrate if brought to the surface.
Damn.
Around
Damn. Holy fuck. Bro said they disintegrate. What? Yeah, this is insane.
16,000 feet down lives the wacky tripod fish. This little fish has 3 long, stilt-like fins. It can rest against the ocean floor. This means the tripod fish is not only one of the only fish able to stand, but it's one of the few creatures on Earth who you could argue is tripedal, meaning it has 3 legs. These stilts can grow up to 3 feet long. Impressive considering the
long.
little fish is only about 12 inches long itself.
Yeah.
It's thought it rests on these legs to conserve energy. Near the sea floor, the current is non-existent. But a few feet off the ground, the fish is perfectly positioned for tiny prawns and other sea life to be dragged by the current right into its mouth. Respect to this lazy fish. Still, the abyssopelagic isn't even the final region of the ocean we're visiting. Up next is the Hadal Zone, named after the ruler of the Greek underworld, Hades. It begins 18,686 feet below the waves
God.
and is mostly made up of deep-sea trenches. The creatures that live in these depths tend to be simple, like chitin, a small mollusk that lives on rocks. An exception to this, found at 23,600 feet down, are the miraculous comb jellies. The creatures look more like alien spacecrafts than living animals,
I bet.
and despite their name,
I bet they do. I bet.
they aren't jellyfish. They're a
Oh, we know.
unique species that has remained unchanged for almost 500 million years, which I guess is what happens when you're stuck in the dark. 24,941 feet down, we find the mouth of the Mariana Trench. This
Oh, damn. So the Mariana Trench is 24,000 feet. Damn.
is the entrance to the deepest chasm in the ocean, and it's where explorers Don Walsh and Jacques Picard found themselves on
Right.
January 23rd, 1960. Like us, the men wanted to know how deep the ocean truly was, so put together a research team and created their bathysphere, the Trieste. The Trieste was around 50 feet long and 11 feet wide. However, the two men needed to remain in a tiny pressure sphere throughout their plunge. The two men journeyed down past the epipelagic, past the mesopelagic, past the bathopelagic, into the abyss, and finally down into the black chasm. 12 people in history have walked on the moon, but even
No, they didn't.
today, only 3 have ventured down to the very deepest point of the seabed known as the Challenger Deep. At 29,040 feet, the men were deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Then, at 32,000 feet, a window cracked under the 969
no.
atmospheres of pressure. Knowing it was too late to go back, the men continued down. After 4 hours and 47 minutes, they did it. At 35,839 feet, some 6.7 miles down and 1,086 atmospheres of pressure, the Trieste settled at the bottom of the Challenger Deep. They achieved this only 30 years after the invention of the first bathysphere in 1929. Humans wouldn't return here for another 52 years. Throughout this video, I've used buildings, motorways, and mountains to contextualize the depth of the ocean.
Nah, brother. Nah, I just looked it up, gang. They said he didn't even go past what, 13,000 feet. So how the hell the internet say 13,000 and you saying he went all the way down 36,000? Nah, gang. You see what I'm saying? This is why it's always credible to do what you need to do necessary to find out the true information. Because, bro, how the hell they went that deep? Think about this shit. How the hell they went that deep in a fucking well, they shit was kind of more pieced together. But what's the dickheads? And rest in peace to them. I ain't trying to, everybody got their own thing. But what's the dickheads who put together that little submarine and was going down there to see the fucking Titanic, and then it blew up? Yeah, bro. So you ain't fixing to tell me if I can't even I could damn near even get to the Titanic. So you telling me I can get all the way 20, 30,000 feet past the Titanic? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? This shit just, all this shit got to make sense to you. You know what I'm saying? For you to understand what's going on. All of it got to make sense to you.
At 35,839 feet, however, there's now nothing to compare it to. So, how deep is the ocean? Well, there's nothing deeper. And finally, don't forget to snag our deep sea poster. Scan the QR code on screen now or click the link in the description to immortalize this video on your wall. Woo!
Nah, brother. Good video, though. All the way to the point to the end. I don't believe that part, but I believe all the rest of it. I mean, I just can't. I can't see how, internet saying, well, I ain't gonna lie, no, it did say that they reached the Mariana Trench, but he didn't say it didn't say they went farther than that, though. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. All I know is 80% of this shit ain't discoverable, bro. So, you sit here trying to sit here fixing to tell me, this and that don't exist and that, man. Look here. We can't even see past fucking 6,000 feet, gang. We can't even see past what, 3,000, 4,000? We can't even see past 3,000 meters. So and that's what times, and I'm saying 3,000 feet, and it's times that. So 3,000, that's really like what, 3,000 meters is really like what, 1,100 feet or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? 11,000 feet. 3,000 meters is like 11,000 feet. So, yo, all I'm saying is some of this math ain't math. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is some of the math ain't math. And in order to tell me some shit don't exist down there, bro, you got to be that told me at least 100 of y'all that went down there and then looked around several miles and drove your submarine several miles into the shit to tell me what's down there. Other than that, I'm not fixing to have you tell me some shit that's not on land don't exist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fixing to have to tell you. But good video, good video, good video, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy when you find out some shit that you don't know. It's crazy, man. Cool, crazy, man. Cool and crazy for sure. All right, now enough for our scientific discoveries. Let's get into.
Things just keep getting worse for the now infamous IRL streamer known as Clavicular, because he was just charged for the time he live streamed himself mag dumping into an alligator back in March. And that is just like one of multiple legal battles that he's currently facing right now. And despite settling on one of these charges, he's still so far from being in the clear. And honestly, we've been watching this very slow train wreck for a while now, but for each day that goes by, it seems like the train is slowly speeding up towards its inevitable collision. Because at this point, the dude has made his life infinitely harder than what it has to be. Because in addition to being banned on YouTube, he's also still has an ongoing civil lawsuit over alleged battery and fraud, a possible, county battery case now due to the fight allegations, and now on top of everything, the alleged reckless firearm discharge where he mag dumped into an alligator. We have to say alleged because it hasn't been proven in a court of law, but unfortunately for Clavicular, he did live stream himself doing it. Now, obviously, a lot of people are going, well, the alligator might have not been alive. Apparently, that doesn't matter too much for Florida. And then you also have a bunch of people claiming that he was also firing at a drone in that same stream.
Yeah, Florida, they ass don't even want you to catch a goddamn lizard. They swear your ass about to blow him up and put him on a goddamn palm tree and all type of shit.
So, that also is illegal, and I don't know where that's going. Regardless, none of it's good, because that's just like way too many charges for one single person to get in, what, less than a year? The dude's essentially been relevant for, again, less than a year. And this is all while he's supposed to be getting sober and also taking better care of himself, because, he also live streamed himself ODing. So maybe a reasonable person would think it might be a good idea to take a little bit of a break, put the camera down for a couple weeks, reset, especially since he says that he struggles to stream and interact socially sober.
But yeah, man, I ain't gonna be doing any more substances for a little while, hopefully for forever.
But what does he do? Absolutely not that, because at this point it seems like Clavicular has no choice but to continue the show.
As you guys know, I'm quite brutal without that. So that's I think I have to figure something else out.
What?
But I mean, hey, if you ask me, that kind of sounds like the definition of what he calls jester maxing, because the dude is actively destroying his own life for the sake of his own content. But regardless, I mean, I have no doubts his legal fees are really starting to pile up, and if he continues to get in trouble or banned from more social media websites, he could lose potentially all of his income, or at least his main source, which it seems like he already has, because the dude for a while now has essentially had a mandatory hour of spinning slots on his stream.
So we got 1 hour gamble, then we out. Gamble, then.
How you racist? But how you, bro? This is what be tripping me out. How you racist? But you got a big ass black sumo wrestler in the back
spinning slots
with long Jamaican dreads. But you racist? Gang, y'all gotta stop it, man. Y'all gotta. I mean, look at this
so
shit.
we got 1 hour gamble.
That's not a white dude.
Then we out. Gamble then IRL. All right, that's the difference. That's the difference between
I don't get it.
us and YTG.
But in my last video, we talked about the speculation online that he might have actually lost his stake deal, since he canceled his stake leaderboards in his Discord.
That's like a fake movie pop star. Get your bitch ass on.
But I mean, honestly, I don't know why he would still be gambling on stake on stream if they weren't still paying him, unless he lost like the main aspect of his deal and now he's just running off of affiliates. I don't know how the deals are structured, but I'm doubtful that he lost that deal now. But regardless, I mean, the dude is just so lost for content at this point that he just wants his fans to come up with ideas for him while he gets facials and recycles the very tired format of bringing on random dudes to his live stream to, I guess, dehumanize or speed date OF girls.
Like, what is this? This is like very you do know who you're speaking to right now, innit?
I feel like you don't know who you're speaking.
I'm speaking to an I know exactly who I'm speaking to. What the are you talking about?
I know, but like
he knows you. All of them in there have to you or thought about to you at some point.
That's
We know who
fine.
we're talking
Hey, don't
to.
disrespect me. I'm not super that low.
I feel like we both this into existence. She's here right now, innit? Something had to have happened.
You're much fatter in person.
What?
You're much fatter in person.
Fatter?
Yeah.
Well, gonna charge it back.
What kind of things are you into?
I don't really want to talk to you after you said that. That was so mean.
But he gets a pass. Like, he's giving you like millions, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like the format is like they just bring up a dude, they sit him there next to an OF girl, and the OF girl rejects him. And they're like, why would you reject him? And then they're like, yeah, because he's a normal dude. And then he's like, well, if only if you mogged and you were rich, you would get her. Yeah, he's done that so many times now that even his own viewers and his chat have started to become pretty disenchanted with how short and flat out boring his streams feel. But I guess right now he's probably a little bit more worried about if he's going to be spending time behind bars than his hair or jawline. But even though we covered him like a week ago when it became public knowledge that he had a civil lawsuit brought against him, allegedly for battery and fraud, believe it or not, there's more. Because today we're talking about an even newer legal problem that's arisen for Clap. You know, the one that we all predicted as soon as the clip came out, because everyone saw that was a terrible idea. So obviously, as many people expected, he was officially charged for his unlawful discharge of a firearm at the wildlife sanctuary on March 26th. And if you didn't know, alligator fishing is extremely regulated. And how would I know that? Well, I have a southern grandpa and I do go down to the south quite often to go fishing. I was actually fishing there yesterday. I just flew back home today. But yesterday I was actually out in Lake Eufaula and I caught a few catfish. Look, here's a catfish I caught yesterday. It was kind of cool. Caught it off of a pole on a boat.
We got good cat down here, baby. You know what time it is.
Did we see a whole bunch of alligators? You bet. Did we mess with any alligators? Absolutely not. Because if you want to hunt alligators in Florida, Georgia, or Alabama, it's not easy because you have to do it through a public draw. Yeah. It's highly regulated. And they actually
have all type of bullshit just for you to do it. If not, your ass going straight to jail. That's a fact.
A lottery-based system just to be able.
Your ass barely can even. Your ass your ass barely can't even be fishing at the wrong spot damn near, cause your ass is damn near get the police called on you and your ass damn near will go to jail. That's a fact.
To actually hunt alligators. So according to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation, every year about 6,000 alligator harvest permits are issued through
Columbia, South Carolina, my hometown, or anywhere around, like Charleston, Orangeburg, Sumter, Florence, Greenville, shit like that. Like if they pull up on you, they just gonna ask you for your fishing license. If you ain't got your fishing license, they either gonna write you a ticket or if they cool enough, they gonna tell you can't fish. You just gotta get on or stop fishing or leave or whatever. But Florida, Georgia, shit like that, boy, your ass, especially Florida. Yeah, for a fishing ass, hunting ass state, your ass will go to jail, boy.
Random drawings and a final leftover face, if needed. And I would go out on a limb and say it's pretty safe to say that Clavicular didn't go through one of those lotteries and win that. Now, a lot of people are arguing, oh, but the gator, it could have not been alive. Apparently, that doesn't matter too much. So regardless, I guess when the Florida Wildlife Commission tweeted they were actually looking into it, they were really looking into it. Because if you remember, in statements made by Clavicular's lawyers, they kind of try to like pass the blame off to the guides he was with, saying they told him it was fine to do it, as if that makes him exempt from any consequences. But the two other men there were also charged in this, so I bet they're very happy that he live streamed this to the world, because I feel like, unfortunately, if he didn't live stream this, no one would have known about it.
Two other people that were with him, including fellow kick streamer Cuban Tarzan, are also being hit with the same charge.
But he also live streamed his very questionable technique with a firearm. I don't know why you would ever close your eyes when firing one, but hey, I was about to be like, whatever floats your boat, but no, please don't do that. But speaking of legalities, under Florida law, illegally discharging a firearm in public can lead to imprisonment of less than 1 year and $1,000 fine. So that's what Clavicular is currently looking at, it seems, since according to court documents, his only current charge is a misdemeanor discharging a firearm in public. And of course, we'll have to wait until the scheduled arraignment at the 20th to find out exactly what the official charges are, like if they decide to add anything after reviewing evidence, like the hours upon hours of content that he live streamed that day. And then I guess we'll also find out if he pleads guilty or not. Something tells me, though, he's probably going to fight this, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Dude will probably be fighting this tooth and nail, or veneer and acrylic, as the Looksmaxers might be doing. Anything to save himself from the jail time, because if he goes to jail, that's going to be really bad for business, because obviously he live streams.
He gonna be in there with his buddy, Chud the Stud.
Money. If the live stream is off, he stops making money, especially after the YouTube ban. So anything that keeps him from live streaming is extremely bad for his career. And then, of course, speaking of distractions from live streaming, all of this also comes immediately after he was hit with that civil lawsuit that I covered just a week ago. And that was filed by the female Looksmaxer, Alexandra Mendoza, at the end of April. And I'm not going to go through all the details again, but in short, it does not look good for him. Because again, his main problem is he live streamed himself doing half of what she's alleging. So, that's going to be really hard to fight in court. But possibly even more sad than, I guess, the legal stuff for Clavicular is just the private falling outs that have been reportedly happening left and right because of his antics. His own family is now pretty much snubbing him. His PR rep quit. And at this point, a lot of his viewers are starting to get really fed up.
What's say? Clavicular dad leaves Miami after failed intervention.
Pretty much snubbing him. His PR
Clavicular quits working for him days after hospitalization for
rep
overdose.
quit. And at this point, a lot of his viewers are starting to get really fed up with him. So, I mean, he's been forced to, I guess, scrape the bottom of the barrel, but we all know that even the shocking OF speed dating content does get old. Viewers want more, but I'm not sure if he has anything else to give right now.
I never even know what the fuck he did in the first place. I don't know nobody who watched these losers. I don't. I honestly don't.
Because it seems like it's a little bit risky for him to IRL stream right now, as he just keeps on getting more and more charges. But we'll find out a whole lot more information on the 20th, so I'll keep tabs on that. And yes, there was some news, and I was in Norway celebrating the 17th of May while it all dropped, so I held this video back for a couple days so I could make this little add-on segment. But the other day, Clavicular and his friend, they went to court and they settled and actually got probation for half a year, which honestly is pretty much the best case scenario for Clavicular. As I even said in my last video on him, the dude has a whole bunch of money to spend on some really good attorneys, and clearly he did so. But the bigger thing everyone's talking about is how the judge apparently looked better than Clavicular. Yeah, that just shows how cooked we are, because like, little did I know, there's this whole, Looksmax rating scale, and his audience is trying to use this Looksmax rating scale to try to counter the online narrative and say that Clavicular, in fact, scores higher on the score than the judge. Yes, this is what we're doing right now, I guess, but the largest problem I have with the whole Looksmaxing community is they're making a lot of things that I would consider self-harm. They're throwing it under the blanket term of Looksmaxing. That's a slippery slope. And what is it all for? To OD live on stream? Like, really?
Right.
Is that what we're doing?
That's
to
what
get
we're
attention
doing?
from a bunch of women that they themselves claim are shallow and vain? Unfortunately, though, that's exactly what these lead influencers in this community are. At the end of the day, I just don't see the risk to reward here. Putting all of these very questionable substances in your body, all in the goal to ascend, or whatever they call it. When have you ascended enough? That's the real question. Because if you are constantly going out of your way to continuously look better, well, the question is, what looks better? Well, that's arbitrary, and that's a slippery slope. That's how you get into the territory of the pump it guys. Actually, they're called the Bogendorf twins. Yeah, that's how you get into this territory. And
bro, look, nothing, bro. They messed themselves up so bad, bro. They look nothing like this. They look nothing like this years ago, bro. Yeah, I'm talking about year, like middle age them. I think not middle age, like 20, late 20s them, early, bro. They look nothing like this, which is so crazy. All because of, y'all know who, that big 8 sign. That big 8 sign out there when y'all want to go visit all the time. For those who out there and live out there and from there. Mr. West Coast and Mrs. West Coasters. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All because people kept telling them what they need to do with their face. And now they look like pure stupid clown. Too stupid. And then they generally probably not just stupid people. They just look like clowns. It's crazy, man.
On top of that, like, what do they do after they ascend? Only chase pleasures? Again, that's a slippery slope, because that's how you OD on stream. But like, what shocked me about the whole narrative around Clavicular overdosing within the whole Looksmaxing community was the whole, oh, well, if he passed away, at least he passed away mogging. What? Excuse me. that would be a tragedy and would absolutely not be worth it whatsoever. I'm just kind of shocked about the whole like idiocracy around all of this, because if Clavicular existed, what, 15 to 20 years ago, he would just be this bizarre character on Jersey Shore. But now he's selling a course and he's actually a role model to the younger generation, which is honestly pretty alarming. But I mean, regardless, Clavicular has been famous for something like 6 months and has already gotten into this much trouble. So the odds are really not in his favor when it comes to not violating that probation. But other than that, I'll see you guys next video. Peace.
Oh shit, what's going on? What happened? Oh God, we got a second one.
The Chud the Builder case is more viral than ever, and everyone seems to be sitting in anticipation of what's gonna happen next. And according to a man on Instagram, he might beat this entire case after the arrest report was just made public. But that isn't all we're gonna cover in this video. Apparently, allegedly, there was a Chud the Builder copycat in Detroit, of all places, who attempted to do the same thing by going up to people and saying racist things, and he got smoked. Quick pause, because this—
Hold on, it said what now? It said
of all places, who attempted to do the same thing by— apparently, arrest report was just made public. But that isn't all we're gonna cover in this video. Apparently, sitting in anticipation of what's gonna happen next. And according to a man on Instagram, he might beat this entire case after the arrest report was just made public. But that isn't all we're gonna cover. The same thing by— quick pause, because when you actually need them. Paycheck just want you straight from promo code Genius and Ian Byington in his bio would state free speech, which is like the main defense for the Chud the Builder supporters, is it's free speech. Doesn't matter what he said, it's free speech. He should be able to say it without getting killed. That's more so the main thing everyone is pushing behind the defense of Chud the Builder. Now, with almost 300,000 followers, Ian speaks his mind and he comes with what he believes are facts. And I'm gonna show y'all some of his videos.
Chud the Builder had to shoot a man in self-defense after he was slammed to the ground and this man tried to take his gun. His name is Joshua Fox. He's a 33-year-old black man. He'd previously been arrested for trying to kill his wife with a screwdriver. He was beating his wife. He called up random people with multiple different phone numbers and threatened them, and he tried to burn down a building full of people. Joshua Fox started this confrontation, calling Chud the Builder over, insulting him, aggravating a situation. Chud the Builder de-escalates and actually walks away. This man follows him, then assaults him, slamming him to the ground, which is seen on video. Joshua Fox lived. He is fine. American blacks believe that if someone says a mean word, then they can do whatever they want.
Now, with everything he just said right there, from what I read about Joshua Fox, was he held a screwdriver to his wife. He never stabbed her or attempted to stab her. And at one point, he attempted or threatened to burn the apartment complex with an aerosol can, which is like basically holding a fucking, I don't know, like a Febreze can or something with a lighter. Realistically, you're not gonna burn down anything with that.
Realistic.
But that's what he was arrested
Well, I ain't
for,
gonna say you ain't.
right?
I ain't gonna say you ain't.
So
You can't,
it wasn't that he brutally beat his wife and attempted to stab her. No, but he did catch a domestic case. I don't know if he was convicted of it or just arrested, but that's the reality of what it was. Now, obviously, if you have a guy like Ian, who's 100% on Chud's side, he's gonna be biased to some degree. Like a lawyer, he's gonna make the other guy sound terrible and make his client sound better. So we have to look at both sides of the situation from an unbiased perspective. But Ian's about to come with some fucking facts, and a lot of people aren't gonna like it. And to be real, you can't get mad at facts. You can't feel disrespected by the truth, because what he's about to show you is actually what happened.
They can even murder them.
I'm gonna kill this bud. Him is girl.
In 2021, a Dunkin' Donuts employee, Corey Pujols, murdered an—
This happened in Tampa. I'm gonna pause it because it quickly switches. But Corey, who was working at Dunkin' Donuts, he was called a slur by an old white guy. He punched him, and when the guy fell and hit his head, he died.
an elderly man for saying a racial slur, and many people argued that it was justified. You don't even have to say the N-word. You could say something that almost sounds like the N-word and they'll try to assault you. I don't care.
This guy, I think this was in Italy, I forget the exact country, but this is an American right here on the left, and he mistakes what this man said for the N-word. If you go and watch the stream, he definitely didn't say the N-word. So he basically demands he apologize or he's gonna slap him. And this dude doesn't even know what the guy's talking about.
No, you do speak. You said my. I heard you say. No, I mean, you got 5 seconds to apologize. Slap you, open hand.
In fact, there are many black people who commit murder and get off on a technicality because their IQ is too low, or they actually murdered this person, they're convicted for it, like the 2 murderers of Ethan Liming, who got sentenced to 6 months, and the murderers of Valerie Schwab, who got 5 years probation. Eneli Chapa, academics, Stack Swopo, and others basically called for him to be murdered.
I want him to continue. You want something violent to happen.
Somebody don't knock his fucking head off.
Stax Wapo is a troll, bro. That man says the craziest things, so you can't really take his word for it. As far as academics, I don't really agree with him saying that, because you're calling for violence. And like I explained in a previous video,
but this is the thing though. See, this is the thing that people, and I've heard somebody else say that too about Act on that whole situation. But this the thing to me though, right? Act don't really speak like that, bro. So for him to speak in that manner or in something towards that manner, bro, you're a fucking issue. You know what I'm saying? You're an issue, bro. You're an issue. Cause Act is like a Flacco, but Flacco is on a more calmer to him type self. Like he ain't, Ack is like loose, you know what I'm saying? He like loose with it, but he like know who he is, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I looked at it. I looked at it as like, if Ack speaking on some shit like in that manner or in that tone, yeah, you're a problem, bro. You on some other shit, you know what I'm saying? Now, I didn't see the whole clip or the whole interview to know whether or not he really came out and said, "Oh well, man, somebody should whack him," or whatever the case is. So I don't know, but I think they going off as how he was talking, like basically wording it like that, but not wording it like that. You know how that goes.
I'm not gonna call for someone to do something I'm not willing to do myself. If you're not willing to be that crash dummy, don't call for it. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, what you speak into existence can always come back to you. You don't want to be held responsible for something like that. It's similar to the situations where I believe there was a girl on the phone with her boyfriend and she told him to, you know, whatever, and he did. And then she got held responsible for that. You don't want to call for violence, especially in a situation you don't want anything to do with yourself. It's just a bad look all around.
How the fuck he's still alive?
Just so we're clear, people posted this man's address every single day. They stalked him. They were planning on murdering him. People were posting about how he should be murdered to a large audience. People murdered his dog.
Someone killed my dog, guys.
They were threatening his entire family, and then he got arrested because somebody kicked him out of a restaurant, and then he was interrogated until 3 a.m. by federal agents.
These people took all my phones. Oh, you know, the FBI is interested in talking to you. We're waiting on.
Oh, Oh, somebody killed his dog? No way.
I don't give a fuck. I have nothing to hide. It's 2 a.m. in the fucking morning. I'm just tired of shit. I know you guys do this shit on purpose.
Federal agents took his electronics and froze his bank account and wiped his Apple ID.
I wake up the next day, I try to go to the Apple store to buy new phones because I don't even want the old ones back. Put a pager bomb in them, I don't even want them back, so I go to buy new phones at the store. Bank card won't work. Go to the ATM, won't work. I'm calling the bank, customer service on the phone with them. Hey, can you unlock our card? Doesn't work.
I hope that's weed you smoking and not a big brown cigarette. Yeah, your ass is. Yeah, you burnt out.
The Montgomery County Sheriff that charged him and condemned him so harshly stopped posting inmate mugshots.
Yo, what it say? Yeah, your ass straight chalk. Yeah, your ass chalk.
because his fat daughter was found guilty of aggravated abuse, abusing multiple children at a toddler daycare that they managed. This is what you're looking at. Sanctimonious bullshit from law enforcement, violent psychopaths who murder dogs and threaten your family, and you deal with criminal thugs who want to burn down buildings of people, assault their own family members, and murder random strangers. And you wonder, do they have the moral authority to try to condemn somebody like this?
The ramifications of that, even if I'm exonerated in trial for something like that, the world would never be the same, and my world would never be the same. In not a good way, not a way that I'm looking forward to. I do not want nothing like that to happen. I don't want any of that to happen.
Chud the Builder had to shoot him.
I'll say this. Chud brought all of this onto himself.
Yeah, bro.
At any point in time, he could have attempted to correct the situation by apologizing or just stopping what he was doing entirely.
Right.
So it's like, if you take gas and pour it onto a fire, eventually you're gonna get burned, because what you are doing has the potential to harm you, and you're continuing to do it in the name of free speech. I should be able to piss off this entire group in the name of free speech. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? There's low IQ amongst every race. If you go into a trailer park and start calling white people names that they don't like, you're gonna get met with the same type of aggression as going into a black neighborhood and calling them things you shouldn't be calling them.
Exactly.
Boston, particularly, is one of the few places where there are still white ghettos and white people inside of the projects, where shamrocks were spray painted on the project walls. I'm pretty sure they done knocked down Old Colony, but before they did that, there was shamrocks, Irish clovers painted on the walls because those project buildings were Irish. You weren't walking in there calling those white people derogatory white names. It wasn't gonna go like that. You're gonna get met with exactly what you're seeking, and you're gonna get your ass kicked, realistically. That's how those places were and always were. You're not gonna walk into a biker bar and start calling them this, that, and the third and expect not to get your ass kicked.
No, you ain't gonna get your ass kicked. Your ass ain't gonna make it out of there, and they ain't gonna say a thing about it.
So it's like, yeah, free speech, go for it, but you know what's gonna happen to you. So you can't take this situation and feel like, oh, Chud the Builder is a victim in this case. He brought on all of this shit to himself. Now, speaking from experience, now I just recently posted this video of this guy named Shad, and I think the video has almost 500,000 views on Instagram. We'll play it.
Different. This man said, man, killers in Philly are different. This man said, I got 15 to 30 years for a third-degree murder. Hit that boy 26 times. Overkill. At least I got another chance at life. That boy in hell where he belong at. Free me. No. Do not do anything but free him. This man is in prison with Louis Vuitton trainers on tighter than I've ever seen before. He's ready to do it again. And he didn't even look happy when he was free. He's posing the same way, like he don't give a fuck about life. And I know the gangsters gonna be in the comment section like, nah, free him. Yeah, all right. Free him and put him on your block. Let him stay with you.
But the comments I received in backlash of that video was, oh, you're next. Oh, somebody need to do you like that. So someone needs to kill me because I said keep someone in prison that shows zero sympathy for what they did, is happy with a 15 to 30 year prison sentence, and is celebrating that the person they killed is in hell. But this is the self-defense update that I want to get into, in which he's claiming this could be the end of this case for Chud.
Huge update in the Chud the Builder case. Dalton Easterly's affidavit of complaint has been made public. In the official affidavit, not a single word about Dalton uttering a racial slur towards Joshua Fox. Not a single word about him provoking the fight. Without provocation, Dalton's legal justification of self-defense is entire.
And then you got losers like this. Who? Bro, but yeah, but he just like you. He just like you though, gang. Like y'all make slurs and make videos and make lies about it. What what do we talk about? what do we talk about to act as if he was not doing that? That's my thing. Like, I just don't understand when the actions come to play, and then now we act like that's not what we was doing. That's worse than what y'all gangbangers. That's y'all be like. That's y'all quote, right? Gangbangers. Come on, man. This should be a whole bunch of foolishness.
Fairly intact. January 10th, 2026, 18 weeks before the Etherly incident, Joshua Fox had commented on Facebook showing premeditation to fight Dalton to launch his Twitch streaming career. Even if we set the self-defense aside for just a moment, the affidavit fails to outline any actual crime. Let's look at the state's own words chronologically. Dalton Etherly and Joshua Fox engaged in a verbal altercation. A verbal argument is not a felony. At most, it's a misdemeanor, disorderly conduct that would apply to both men. But neither of them have been charged with this. Mr. Etherly turned his body in a bladed stance towards Mr. Fox and reached for his firearm. There's nothing unlawful about taking a defensive stance and preparing to defensively draw a weapon when you are facing an angry antagonist who has followed you, who is pressing into your face and yelling at you, who is making a threat of violence towards you. Thereafter, a physical altercation ensued. Notice the passive voice. The state does not claim that Dalton Etherly initiated this fight. If he had, you know that they would put that right here, but they didn't. What does that tell you? Joshua Fox initiated this fight, and the police and the prosecutor.
And then the thing I noticed about they ass just be talking. They ass just be talking. They just be saying some shit. Just for it to like really sound good off the tongue though. Like, come on, man.
Know this. The affidavit then states, Mr. Etherly discharged his firearm, striking Mr. Fox multiple times. Discharging a firearm and striking an attacker is a literal definition of self-defense. It happens thousands of times every single year legally. As you know, he struck himself in the wrestling match. They try to point out that there were bystanders and a ricocheting projectile hit a nearby wall. This is reckless. He's discharging a firearm. But if somebody's attacking you and you're trying to defend yourself, discharging the firearm is the self-defense. Statistics show that law enforcement officers routinely.
Okay,
ignorant as hell,
what he
stupid
said
as
initially in the beginning, showing the paperwork. Now, this is the affidavit. On May 13, 2026, at approximately whatever, Dalton Etherly and Joshua Fox engaged in a verbal altercation. What Ian is saying is, oh, it doesn't say that Chud said anything racist. It doesn't say that Chud did anything. Chud was clearly the victim and Joshua Fox approached him. Well, it doesn't say that either. If we're going to pay attention to the paperwork and add our own mix to it, we got to pay attention to what the paperwork says.
What the paperwork
says,
stop this.
They were engaged in a verbal altercation.
You just getting on social media and you just saying some shit because that's what you want it to be. It don't work like that. It don't work like that, bro. Bro, we in 2026, bro. We got cameras on our phone that claim that we can see the inside of the star itself. We can look at a star and then look inside the star with our camera on the phone. What are you talking about? We worried about you getting on the fucking internet and just saying some shit how you feel. It don't work like that. What's the facts, bro? What's the actual facts? What actually happened? Oh, we see this man. He's going around different type of different parts of the city. He's antagonizing. He's making racial slurs. He's clutching on his weapon. We see this, gang. We don't see nothing about what the fuck you talk about because you just talking. Like what?
So that doesn't clarify if Chud was being racist or not. It doesn't clarify what was said. Then it states, during this verbal altercation, Mr. Etherly, aka Chud, turned his body in a bladed stance towards Mr. Fox and reached for his firearm. Therefore, a physical altercation ensued. Now, Ian said out of his own mouth, Joshua Fox is the one that approached Chud and popped off this whole shit. But the paperwork doesn't say that. So you can't take, oh, it doesn't say Chud was racist, so it never happened. It doesn't say Chud didn't say anything, so it didn't happen. But then add on, oh, Joshua Fox is the one that approached him. Well, the paper doesn't say that either. So you have to look at this from an unbiased perspective. The details really aren't even there. So do I think he's going to beat this case just based off of that affidavit? No, because they're going to take into consideration all of the witness statements. They're going to bring in all of the officers.
Bro, the point of the matter is they don't want this dude to be fried, bro. This dude is fried. Y'all don't want him to be fried so bad. He fucked up. He His representation for y'all was stupid and stupidity and ignorancy. Let's not try to dress this shit up. But guess what we want to do? We want to dress this shit up so bad because we racist too and we too scared to do this shit. So we want to dress this shit up for him. No, it don't work like that. This the real world, buddy. It don't work like how you think it work. Just cause it's a lot of you, it don't work like that. It's a lot of us too. It don't work like that. And I ain't talking about indigenous people. I'm talking about smart indigenous motherfuckers. Motherfuckers that mind their business, that do the same shit you do. Go to work, got wives, got kids, got families, got all type of shit. It's a lot of us too, gang. It ain't just a lot. It ain't okay. Yeah, it's a lot of motherfuckers in every race doing stupid shit. So what? Who gives a fuck at the end of the day? Because guess who the fuck you supposed to be worried about? Your goddamn self. So I'm not understanding why the fuck are we worrying about somebody because they blue walking down the street? Who gives a fuck? His ass can put on an Avatar suit every day if he want to. Who gives a fuck? I understand.
As witnesses, they're gonna look at all of the video that's been presented. From what I saw in the video, they were already on the ground. I haven't, I mean, maybe someone can send it to me. I haven't seen the video of before the fight happened.
God damn.
Usually people don't start recording until it actually pops.
Fuck, do I gotta hit my fucking button, man?
It's off. You know what I mean? So for him to throw out, oh, well, it doesn't say this happened, but we know this happened. That's as bullshit as the reverse. You can't add your own shit to it. Details are clearly missing in this case. This does not mean that this is just gonna get thrown out because it's self-defense. Now, Willie D, one of the members of the Ghetto Boys, a legendary rap group out of Houston, would talk about a post made by Detroit AI, Dax News, etc., in which it's titled, "Chud the Builder Copycat Chad the Antagonizer Dies After Targeting Elderly Black Women on Livestream." And if we take a look at Willie D's comments, that was quick, grand opening, grand closing. Play deadly games, win deadly prizes. He fucked around and found out nothing of value was lost in Detroit of all places. They need to stop playing with us. Judgment came swiftly. It's time to tool up. Just won't leave us alone. They better stop playing with us. Right on, right on. The attention they are getting is not the attention they were expecting. We keep saying, leave us alone. The ancestors have said, not today, Satan. These comments are more so celebrating someone got smoked for trying a black woman, right? If we go to the post, it states a horrific confrontation at a Joy Road gas station left 21-year-old live streamer Chad the Antagonizer dead after what police say began as a racist social media stunt inspired by controversial creator Chud the Builder. Witnesses say Chad approached 75-year-old Pauline Barnes while she was pumping gas, called her Mammy and Aunt Jemima before turning his attention to her grandson, Douglas Barnes. During the live stream, Chad allegedly yelled, "Don't be a lazy blank. Why aren't you pumping the gas?" before mocking him to viewers by saying this blank is aping out. Police say Douglas snapped.
Hey boy, you don't steal my shit. That's my shit. Better check the YouTube, homeboy.
Knocking Chad unconscious before allegedly dousing him in gasoline and setting him on fire with a cigarette. The flames quickly spread. It doesn't take long to realize that the story is bullshit. Dax News makes satire, crazy stories, and it's all fake. And he doesn't present them as real. He lets people know, like, yo, these are made up stories. These aren't real. I post these things. But there's danger in that, right? Because if you look at the comments section, I hope this is a true story.
Damn.
Brother Douglas and sister Pauline did the world a huge favor. Great day when hate dies. Waka Flocka.
No way.
Even clapped and liked this, you know? Waka Flocka.
It ain't funny, bro. It ain't funny, but I'm just saying, like, on some real shit, bro. Like, my thing, bro. This shit ain't got no point, man. This shit ain't, bro. This shit don't got no fucking point. I'm too busy to worry about anybody. I'm too busy to worry about not liking somebody because they short w- w- with slick hair, uh, with tan skin, bro. I don't give a fuck about that, bro. Can you make some money, bro? Are you smart enough to tell me some shit that I don't know, bro? Are you paying attention to what the fuck is really going on out here in the world? Hey, did you check what's going on with this right here, man? Cause shit, we really need to get this tightened up. But I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Nothing else matters to me. Are we getting some fucking money? Like, can we get some money? Like, if we can't get no money, then okay, bro. Now I got to sit here and there. Now I got to tell the people about you. Hey, bro, you don't want to fuck with him, man. He ain't trying to get no money. He ain't on no other shit. He ain't doing a goddamn thing to get no money. His ass ain't taking care of nobody. He can't even take care of his goddamn self. Oh, what in the fucking matter of that did you hear any time me say, man, I don't shit, man. Don't fuck with him, man. He's a nigger. Huh? Man, don't fuck with him, man. He's a wetback. Huh? Man, don't fuck with him. He's a C-word. Huh? If you don't know what I mean by C-word, C-racker, you put those two together, you'll get it. Man, come on, bro. I don't give a fuck about that. That shit don't appease me. It don't that shit. Is it some money involved? like like can we like what we doing? Hey yo, we about to build a mansion or what? Like I don't we got some property or something to get, some land, or you are you talking to me about some land? What are we talking about? I don't give a fuck for you standing here telling me you don't like this person because his ass is fucking red with orange hair. I don't give a fuck. That don't got nothing to do with me. That shit don't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
Waka Flocka, who has a degree, who literally just sat down with Jake Paul saying, oh, why do you think it's okay to do blackface? And Jake Paul was like, well, why is it okay for Drewski to do whiteface? Waka is clapping in applause of this situation. Gonna be a lot more stories like this that they keep playing around. Where's his grave? I'll piss on it. All these people are celebrating this when the whole time this whole page is nothing but fake stories. And he, the owner of this page, would even post Willie D's video and say, hey bozo, why does your thumbnail say it finally happened if you know it was just a satire story Dax News made because you knew it would get views? So basically he is admitting, yo, the video was fake, or the post was fake, but you're trying to profit off of it, whatever, right? Well, the danger in creating the fake post is all the people in the comments that think it's real and think that there's some form of uprising and
I'm gonna tell you something else. I'm gonna tell you something else, dog. You know another reason how I think his ass fried. This shit they got too viral, and it got too viral, and he's too on a lesser scale of a grand scheme of things. If you get what I'm saying. Now, as I tell y'all all the time, a life don't cost a damn thing. Life cheap. A life is cheap. And no matter how much you want to look at it, how much you want to say, oh man, you wrong, oh man, you shouldn't say that and all that bullshit. If y'all been watching me or y'all done come across me or y'all know who I am, y'all already know I speak on what the fuck I feel like speaking on. If you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Everybody got an opinion. They like assholes. Everybody got one. You know what I'm saying? Opinion like an asshole. Everybody got one. I just state mine. You don't like it? I don't give a fuck because it was times I stated my opinion. People didn't like it. I gave a fuck and I didn't state my opinion as much. Now I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna tell you how it is. If you don't like it, then it is what it is. I'm around you. I see some shit go sideways. I don't like it. I'm gonna get the fuck on. It is what it is. I ain't finna fake kick it around your whole hand like it's cool and motherfucker keep putting up in your face, smiling with you. I don't know the proof of that. That shit ain't alright. That's fucked up, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. Nah, bro, I live a different lifestyle, bro. I'm not on that no more. I ain't with that all that no more. I'm on some other shit. If you ain't on this shit right here, then I don't know what to tell you. I I I I, I can't kick it with you. So, you know, I'm gonna play these games, do all this and that, and go under the back and slide across the foot and touch the back of the elbow and lean over the shoulder and all this bullshit. I ain't listen, bro. I ain't man, bro. Motherfucking scratch the scalp and stand on one foot and peek round the corner and climb up the tree and jump over the bush. Man, bro, I ain't listen, bro. I ain't man, bro. You can have all that shit. I ain't listen. I'm on this over here. I'm on we right over here. If you wanna come right over here and sit on down and sit at the round table and square table and do what we need to do to get to this glass table and this glass chandelier, then that's what we need to do. But if you ain't trying to compensate with doing all that, man, I ain't listen, bro. I ain't got no time for all that.
White guy got killed. It's about time. It's this, it's that. All of this stems from Chud the Builder. All of this stems from antagonizing people, and then when something happens, whether it's real or not, they support it. And then you find yourself splitting into two groups where this group thinks they're defending themselves from this crazy group, and this group feels like they're defending themselves and finally getting back. And it's just created more separation that this country doesn't fucking need. A fake news story is getting love, praising the death of someone that never existed, based off a real person who started a whole bunch of bullshit
in
for
the
no
first place.
fucking reason. And now Chud is acting like the victim in this situation.
I'm saying it's all bullshit.
Do I think Chud the Builder is innocent in this case?
It's all bullshit.
I really don't. But if a guy went all the way out of his way to confront him and a fight happened, that guy got what he was looking for as well, right? Did Chud completely defend himself? We're not gonna know until we actually get all of the facts of the situation.
Just not what happened.
Do I think he should be found guilty? If he antagonized the situation and then shot the guy, absolutely yes. But we can't base the verdict of this case on what he's done before. It's gonna come down to what happened in this situation. Do I think Chud is a respectable person for what he does? No. Do I think he's really fighting for free speech? No. I think he's using it in his own way to justify racism.
Yeah.
Prejudice. Hate. That's what I think Chud is doing. And I don't like the fact that patriotism is being aligned with racism. I don't agree with it. I don't support it. That's just me and my
That's
view
my
on these
thing.
things.
Yeah, right.
It's 1090
I don't
Jank.
care.
I'm rocking with y'all.
I don't care about nothing else, bro. But it's just the point of that fact that matter, bro. Don't try to don't be a certain way, bro, and then you picking and choosing, and then when you get around some other ones, then you say you don't like. Nah, don't do that, bro. And then when it all comes down to it, and your ass in some serious trouble behind it, now it's oh I didn't mean that. And oh, bro, you meant that. You meant that, bro. You meant that, bro. That's not no, you meant that. Nah, bro. But if you genuinely witness, if you genuinely in trouble over some shit that you didn't do, then okay, all right, bet. Or you genuinely didn't have no leisure of or no conscience or whatever, okay, cool. But if you on some shit like on some shit like, and you really on that type shit, it's different if motherfucker you ain't on that type shit. A motherfucker arouse you up, and then you know what I'm saying. Now it's to the point where you can't. It's no turning back. You didn't got aroused now. Okay, cool. But if you on some shit like, I just off the rip, just overly, nah, bro. Nigga ain't nah, bro. Nah, bro. That ain't right. That ain't right. That's goofy shit. And some shit got to get addressed between you and whoever, because Nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nah. So thought I heard my dog bark. So yeah, man. But that's gonna do it, bro. That's gonna do it for this stream. Y'all probably ain't gonna see me. I ain't gonna lie, y'all probably ain't gonna see me. I was gonna do like, oh yeah, it is 3 hours. I about to say I was gonna do like to 3 hours. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't realize it was 3 hours. Holy fuck. Wow. So yeah, it's been 3 hours already apparently. So yeah, man.
Y'all rocking.
Yeah, man. Y'all be good though, bro. Don't let the group take you off no course, man, because they'll try to do it out here. I'm telling you, they'll try to do it out here and have your ass mixed up in some bullshit that you don't even know what's going on, and you standing there thinking to yourself, man, what the fuck did I get myself into? And it's all because following up with Goofy. Just a motherfucker, just goofy, man. Just goofy. Oh, oh, okay. Anyway, um, let's see what we got. Damn, bro, this month looking pretty fucking slow. I don't know why. Big views dropping on YouTube. Yeah, okay. Yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, your ass better have fixed something because my shit ain't right at all, and it's still not right. I don't think. Yeah, nah, you ain't fixed shit because this shit still ain't right, bitch. They be lying, bro. Telling you. Put that on. Oh no, shit. Uh, but yeah, man. Hey, listen, y'all be good though, bro. I might get back on here. I don't really know. Um, Dang, we've been screaming now for like 4 or 5 hours. I screamed an hour on YouTube. I just made the video public. I mean, yeah, public. So, and it ain't nothing but gaming. We just played the game for like almost an hour and a half. So that is um that is public right now. So if y'all want to go check that out, man, y'all go check that out. And like I said, man, merch has dropped. Merch is up and available on Shopify. The link, I believe, is in the link should be right in the fucking, let me see. Uh, 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 The link should be in the fucking see some. Yeah, the link should be in the description. Yeah, link should be right in the description. Yep. First thing y'all should see is the Shopify link, man. So if y'all want to go over there and check out the merch, which is a couple keychains right now. We haven't made the coasters yet. Um, cause we just fucking slow the shit this week, man. A lot of stuff happening at one time, kind of happening kind of fast. So we just trying to stay afloat and make sure we keep it in line. But Merch is out, man. Keychains. You want to get you a little nice, good quality, on fleet keychain, man, to put on your keys. We would greatly appreciate that. But other than that, man, y'all be good. Y'all have a good rest of the day. Y'all have a good rest of the night, whichever it is. If you watching, if you dropped in or you watching the rebroadcast, man, let me know where you dropping in from with the truck emoji. That's all I ask, bro. I love y'all though, man. Y'all be good, bro. I'll catch y'all either later on or tomorrow. 9 times out of 10, it is tomorrow. Like I said, we've been on stream now for like 4.5 hours. So streaming is probably over with today. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but I might try to go find me something to snack on or something, and we'll probably do a little prestige grinding off camera. Uh, I don't know. I may just record just so I don't miss content. But I don't know. Anyway, that's another whole another story, man. Y'all be good. I'll catch y'all later on though.